Swami Mahadevananda, senior disciple of Swami Vishnu-devananda's, he reads Vishnu-devananda Upadesha at the second annual 2010 reunion, Valmorin, Quebec, Canada. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Well, it's all for him, The only person we miss him today is Swamiji. Specifically, I believe in these occasions that really miss Swamiji. You can imagine if he was here today, how happy would it be to see you all here. And you see, it's a standard family. I mean, you would have fantastic Swamiji. I'm sure that spiritually is here, okay? So, I get emotional about it. So, Vishnu-devananda Upadesha, everybody has this book. It just came out recently, in case you don't know, XTDC, our yoga teacher now, and staff, etc. We'll open up a random, and let's see what Swamiji is going to tell us. He's saying, look up, to everybody. Okay, sitting in the garden here. Is there one more line? No, it looks like Swami Yapananda's house in Chennai, in Madras. Okay. There's no caption underneath. Talking about mango tree, she doesn't say. It's a beautiful mango, you cannot see it, but must be during this period, April, May, that's mango season in India. Okay, Swamiji says, imagine a wife's birthday. Her husband comes home. Happy birthday, honey. The Swamiji, isn't it? She opened a tiny box, which he gives her. Inside, there is $1 million diamond ring. Now, she's happy. Why is she happy? I'm asking this question of you all, since I'm here, If you understand this, you understand yoga. Why is she happy? She's happy because she has stopped the waves of her mind. Imagine now that you have been given $1 million diamond ring from your loved one. Where is your mind at this moment? All your senses are focused on the diamond ring. Someone says, come and have an ice cream. What would you say? Forget it, especially right now at school. I don't want an ice cream. Don't disturb me. Let me look at my diamond ring. So, the wife's eyes, ears, all her 5 senses are focused, and the mind is continuously looking, and she has forgotten all her pain. She has forgotten the cancer, forgotten the emotional and mental problems. She's even forgotten the husband. Swamiji, all right. She's even forgotten the husband who brought her the diamond ring, because her attention is one-pointed attention. That's called meditation. It is not the diamond ring which is the cause of her happiness. If the diamond ring were the cause of her happiness, she would be happy from that point on, right throughout her life. She would only to have a look at the diamond ring. But she can only stop the motion of the mind for a very short time. Then new desires come in. You give new objects for the mind to focus on, to be constantly happy. It is not the object. All objects are finite, and finite objects only bring finite happiness to your mind, which makes sense. Okay? We don't realize that everything is finite. So if anything is finite, then whatever comes out of it, birth or death even, is finite. Okay? The mind cannot be satisfied with finite things. You are fooling the mind like a child. You give a child a new toy. The first time you give the child a toy, he's very happy, and then he breaks it. You give him another toy. You are not different from your children. You are just playing with bigger toys. New cars, new houses, constantly changing. You're constantly giving the mind various things. And that's probably one basic factor that most of us are not aware of. Why each one of us wants all the time a constant change? What is the main reason? Why do we change? We want to change everything all the time. Why? Why do we want change? Because we are not happy with what we have. If we would be happy with what we have, who would be the crazy person to change? We want to change in every aspect of our own life because we haven't found what we want. If I found really something that I like very, very, very much, I wouldn't even think to change it. I would keep it forever. But the fact is that we want change constantly changing. And simply the truth is, we haven't found out what we want. Okay? So that's a very important message somebody is trying to give us. You're constantly giving the mind various things. Not by giving any number of objects will ever find happiness. The yoga masters say that your happiness is not in the objects. Learn to focus the mind, then that's all you have to do. Okay? And then hands up on this way. Basically, it's a play on the mind. Okay? It's just how we are run around every single moment from birth until death by the mind, and yet the mind is so smart, so clever, that it gives the impression that we are in control. We don't realize that actually this mind and these senses are running our own life from birth until death. It's only through yoga, or Raja Yoga, Vedanta, it says, wake up, there is something deeper within ourselves. And what we call happiness in life, as Swamiji says very clearly, and at that time we used to mention all the time the Elizabeth Teller, why each time she wanted to have a bigger diamond, thinking that the diamond brings her happiness, or our own kind of diamonds. The fact is that as long as the mind is focused on the diamond, she has forgotten she become old, maybe double-chinned, and all the miseries of life for a certain amount of time disappears. Why? Because the mind is focused on the diamond. And being the mind focused, then we call happiness. So Swamiji says, don't waste your time in diamonds because of other mind design. Meditation is cheap, okay? It's true, it costs you. But in that, we overcome all the miseries of our own life, okay? That's where the real happiness, when the mind is really focused 100%, okay, you can see God. Why, if we say that this God is infinite, eternal, is everywhere, why are we not able to see God now? He's not hiding under the carpet, He's here, He's everywhere. But what's only hiding God from us, it's our own very mind. If we're able to go beyond the mind, then we have what the sages call eternal happiness. Okay? It's just a question of the mind. The mind is machine inside us, that is bossing us all the time. When we start to realize it's just a machine, and then we try to do our level best to quiet it down through meditation, the more we quiet it down, the more we become happy, even we can call life. As a matter of fact, why a yogi wants to be self-realized during his life, her or his lifetime? Because besides seeing God everywhere, they can enjoy the life to the hilt, even on the material level. Sometimes, when I travel, I take people with me and we go, to London, to Paris, or Tokyo, Japan. And people get very excited. I said, don't get excited. You know why? Because you don't see London or Rome, you only see your own emotions. Unless you get rid of emotion, then you start to appreciate really what London and Rome is all about. You live in your own dream. Oh, I'm in London. Oh, I'm in Rome. Yeah, but what does it mean? Do you see what's going on in front of you? We don't. We really don't. Because we have our own ideas, preconceived knowledge, ideas, da. So we don't enjoy actually life, that's what I want to say. The reality of life, where life can give to us in the material level, we don't see because we are wrapped up in our own emotions. So the moment we say we are really focused, then we start to appreciate truly what life is all about. I discovered this simple truth after 60, and I said, my God, now there is something called life. There is something called, so to speak, material existence. And it's beautiful, provided you don't get attached to it. The moment you get attached to it, then you got to pay the price. But if not, life is really beautiful. This plant is really beautiful. And the more the time goes by, personally, the more I realize that we really live in a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful plant. Makes me sad the way we abuse it, misuse it, and try to destroy it. But it still is a wonderful plant. Before I never thought of that way. As we focus more on yoga, as we focus more on ourselves, we truly discover more also the material level. And this probably yoga is one of the best ways to enjoy the physical life, of course. The main thing is spiritual life, called Atman, called God, etc., etc. But also gives a complete different projection of what we see around us. I think it gives the capacity to live life fullness at all levels, at all levels. Then you get everything. You don't get a piece of the cake, you get the whole cake, and the icing on top, called God. Okay? So that's what meditation, that's what Swamiji can tell us. Forget about the diamond. If you have it, well and good. If you don't have it, still well and good. Okay? So let's carry on. Again, welcome to everybody. And we'll do our level best to make you happy here. We don't give you diamonds though, okay? Some Vishnu friends, okay? So later on we'll get to know each other better. And in between, if we have the announcement for today, so that everybody knows what to do, where to go, etc., etc. Thank you very much.